Hello, and welcome back to Terraria. This is Mike of Nearly Enough Dice. Subtle plug for website. And I've returned. Last time you saw me, had you been watching on the episode, I know you were, because it was awesome. Thrills, spills, excitement. It was brilliant. Wonderful acting, great directing, incredible special effects. Anyway, I've come back home. Because I kind of went, I'm not really ready to fight the big bad right now. The Eater Worlds is the one I'm looking for right now. Not ready to fight Eater World. And I've done a bit of decoration. Basically, I've made the staircase. The actual plan was for these idiot NPCs to walk up the staircase and go to their rooms. But no. Clearly what I need to do is stop the buggers from leaving here in the first place, and thus making the place inaccessible. What I've also done is I've essentially made these structures here, which, if I remember my Terraria AI correctly, has a reasonable chance of acting as simple monster traps, because they're just they'll wander down here and then not be able to get out again. Now this is generally not a problem because I've got a lot of NPCs here and they're all cheerfully, you know, blocking monster generation. Monsters are going to tend to not show up here, right? Because these guys are here. But you get things like the Blood Moon where they turn up anyway, and you get Goblin Invasion where they just turn up. So my cunning plan, as part of my defeating the Eater Worlds strategy, idiot, is to wander off to the east, which is that way. Because that's where goblins will turn up from time to time. What I want to do is create the goblin banner doobry thing, so I can deliberately summon a goblin invasion. The reason I want a goblin invasion is goblins drop lots and lots of spiky balls, and spiky balls are going to be excellent, I think, for fighting the Eater Worlds. So that's what I want you to do. It is a winter wonderland. Here we go. So that is, for lack of a better word, the plan. Right. So off we go to the east. Now I've been using Silverthorn's one of the many new things that I'm not used to, because I stopped playing Terraria a while back, and then there were lots of updates. You youngsters may not know this, but there was a time when everyone thought that nobody was making, they just weren't ever going to update Terraria ever again. And so I'd come to the conclusion that all the interesting Terraria stuff that was ever going to be has happened, and therefore, you know, why bother? And then tons of updates have happened since then. So there's all sorts of new things that I just don't know about. There are events. There's Harvest Moons, I think, and the last thing I remember was pirates. I've dealt with pirate invasions before. But you know, there's all sorts of other things that penguins. I'm sorry, like penguins that I just penguins are in fact a thing. I've not actually had to deal with before. Not you need to do much with penguins and things. You just kind of watch them and go, look, penguins. Do I have to find this helmet? I can't remember. Doesn't look like it. I'm sorry, Slime. I didn't see you dead. I'll just kill you. That's alright. I don't think the blood moon is going to affect anything when I'm out here. At worst, it's going to mean more zombies. The problem with blood moons is that they might kill my NPCs, but I don't think it's going to happen because I'm so very far away. Now, there's a deep dark hole I do not want to jump into. You might think that's a bit of a strange thing for me to say, given that I jumped into it about 5 times on the shot. Oh, look at all this. This looks exciting. Go away. Just one of these parts I just want to put down a switch. Oh. Ooh. I need to run away. Potions or something? Well, actually, no, I might not be out of potions. It might just be that my health is now high enough that a single potion doesn't look like all that much of a gain. That was annoying. Something got mobbed. Maybe the blood moon was in fact a problem. Yeah, I don't know whether. Come on, climb. Right, so stop. Okay. Slime. So the problem seems to be that things are in fact spawning inside my health, which seems wrong to me. What the hell? What can you do? Right. Now that was... Okay, no, the door was open. That's fine. Well, it's not fine, but it's understandable. But you definitely... Actually, there might have been spawning downstairs. Okay, so the zombie traps are in fact working. There you go. There you go. No, not quite. However, last week... Oh, I forgot about that. But it's okay. Because one of the things I got from... you're definitely cheating and spawning inside. Yeah, I got a vile thorn basically. From my second shadow orb. Which means that these trapped zombies are doomed because I can attack them from outside. I don't actually need to be in the room with them. And that's why I built those zombie traps, and it's why I built tunnels underneath the zombie traps. I see, I managed to make a one-way door there. It's so that I can, you know, murder them from a distance. And that's very pleasant. And I can pick up the drops without having to go outside, except some of them. Now you're spawning inside, and that is definitely a cheating thing to do. So this has the advantage that, with the exception of cheating zombies that cheat, I don't have to deal so much with zombies being in aggravating places. Oh, see, this is so much more convenient. Looks like I'm going to have to de-background some areas, but no, they're just cheating. They are spawning either there, which is I suppose not very cheating, but some of them are definitely spawning inside. That's okay. I can just move. There I am. Which is yet another reason why I want to start a goblin invasion, because I will be able to murder most of them without having to worry too much. And although that's not why I built this staircase, the staircase is actually I actually built the staircase, like I said, to try and get the NPCs moving where I want them to go. But they're stupid and they won't. Roll on being big enough and strong enough to take on Skeletron, open the dungeon, find the mechanic, and just build, you know, I flip a switch and then there's solid rock everywhere and they can't get in and be aggravated. Yep. As soon as I turn away, they cheat and they get in. But very broadly, the idea works. Did that one actually jump up? Okay. Oh, they might just be able to make it. I might have to knock that back a bit. Vile thorns are awesome. Don't know why people call them vile. They're awesome. They should be called awesome vines. Right, so I might have to make those a bit bigger. Because it looks like they can in fact get to them. Legitimately. Oh, they can leap. Looks like they can about leap there, so maybe if I knock back that ramp a bit. Same with this, looks like I might just be able to make that jump under certain rares. So. That's alright. Oh, I loved in that. Carnage. And they definitely are spawning on top there. Which is aggravating, but you know. This is the bit where it gets a bit annoying. You've got about 5 things you can do at once. I think the happy music means that it is now dawn. Everything. I can't remember if I remembered to chuck my money in the piggy bank before I left. Maybe it's certain amount. So the plan is to create a zombie invasion in much the same way. Although it's probably going to be really aggravating, because these things always are. But actually, let's just make a ramp from here. Oh, you idiot! You have no reason to do that, you daft idiot! Well, it shouldn't matter because I'll when I head off, which is what I'm going to do right now. She should. What's that dirt I just picked up? Oh, there it is. No, actually, no. That's now I need to put that down. And for no good reason at all. Just to make it kind of look like a slope. See, I can jump there, no problem, but zombies have a problem because they tend to get confused by that lip there. Right, let's just dump things. Oh, I've got some seeds. Oh, I've got some deathweed seeds. Sweet. A demon eye banner. Well, that's nice. I've got a zombie banner as well, didn't I? Zombie banner. I've got about 3 zombie banners at the moment. Whoops. I've got a shackle here. 4% melee speed, but I'm going to go for this one, which gives me more defense. So I have 19 defense, which is quite cool. Keep that for the moment. I'm just chucking stuff that I'm going to sell up into this corner. Need to set up some farms actually. So I've got Silverthorn, which is useful for quite a few things. Day Bloom and Corrupt. As well as Acorn. Keep all of this lot, I think, Can I sell to you? I'll just sell to you. I don't need to get the same amount of money if you sell to someone who isn't particularly into the thing that you're selling. But quite frankly, I can't really be bothered being all precise about it. A few other bits and pieces I should chuck, but I'm not gonna bother. Right, if I'm given that I have now a more or less full day to travel to the east, I might be able to make it without getting murdered. I think that probably was the Blood Moon. That meant that's why there were quite so many bad guys. Maybe. But they were aggravating as hell. Just passing by my Eye of Cthulhu murdering arena. All your Eye of Cthulhu murdering needs. No. Another wonderful thing when I get the mechanic up and running. I think it's the mechanic, or do you need a steampunk person? I can't remember. Oh, didn't see you there. When you start being able to do teleporters, so convenient. I thought it was. I also need to make underground roads. I tend to do it at about sea level, and just it's terribly tedious. So I'll probably not do it as part of the recording, the let's play. You know, so instead of all this nonsense of having to wander up and down biomes and I just have a road from going all the way, so I can just point myself in the direction and go. Whoop, thank you. Although of course you do need something that will get you through Ebonstone, probably, in all likelihood. What's going on? Do more spelunking. But right now, I'm not really in a position to do it. You're not big and you're not clever. Oh, no. So now there's some interesting stuff buried deep underground, because that's where its head was. See, look, so easy. Where did I get killed? Must have been around about here. Yeah, that's about right. Oh, this must be it then. What was that? Yeah, that was me. That's where I got killed. Come on. Look, I don't want to murder you, but, you know, I'd leave you alone if you just didn't try and kill me. Are they dangerous? No. Okay. I will not bother murdering you then. Ooh. There's some jungle down there. Interesting. There's a little patch of jungle that I happen to know about. Temporary base, very temporary. You can see I haven't removed the backdrop, so I couldn't make it into housing if I wanted to. I suspect I was just hiding. Need to get more silk so I can make another bed. So, because I'll definitely be wanting to make a solid base off this end. For when I really start dungeon delving, I'm gonna want the base that's on that side. I find that when you really start like dungeon delving, that's when you really want things like the piggy bank and the safe and stuff like that, because you're going to be that wasn't annoying at all. Because that's when you're really wanting to suddenly move large amounts of things from one base to another, and doing it that way is so much easier. You just chuck everything in the piggy bank and the safe, and then you can just teleport back and forth. And that is also when having oh, didn't want to do that. Should have used anything but the musket for that. Oh yes. Good shooting. Can I go up there? Yeah, and then yes, that is also a time when particularly when you're having a road that just links the two, you know. So it is really tedious. You have to press left for a long period of time. Yeah. If and when I get myself, so once I take out the Eater of Worlds, I get Shadow Scale. Once I get Shadow Scale, I can get a better class of pickaxe, and when I get a better class of pickaxe, then digging huge long tunnels is going to be slightly less aggravating. Oh, can't bother getting that slime. It may live. Now. More desert. Can't remember if I've actually gone to the ocean on the other side. All that cactus I should be harvesting. I can't remember what you do. Oh no, I know you use cactus things like thorn special. Can't even use. Completely ignore the dungeon. Getting a grappling hook would be particularly nice. I've got to go on some distance because they're going to be calling. Yeah, I've gone somewhere because that's. I don't think I started seeing Goblin Scouts until. Okay, well clearly that's as far as I've gone. So this is about as far as I've been. Alright, we seem to be on the shore. Seeing as the backdrop has now changed. This is the way. This is our last rich mahogany platform, and then move those there, because that's where I keep my platforms. Platforms are always at 9 and torches at 10. Starfish. Yet another new thing. Oh, this would seem to be the ocean. And it would appear that I have not actually got a plan for this stage. Ooh, shark! 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 Don't like you. Don't like you at all. What do I need to make a campfire? Do I need a workbench to make a campfire? What starfish for? Oh, starfish looks to be completely decorative. Interestingly, you don't seem to be able to plant palm trees. That's a problem. Hello, zombie. Right, now this is where I really regret not having a base. Not so much the danger. So not particularly, I mean, given it's not a blood moon, that's what seemed to kill me last time. Blood moon and just being swamped. And being in the corruption. So it was a, you know, list of things. Oh, I love those climbing spikes. Oop. I'm going to head back to the dungeon. Whee. Yeah, so heading back to the dungeon on the grounds that I can relatively easily set up a space where I am basically going on the back of the wall and I don't have to worry about getting attacked from two sides at once. Which is the basic problem with being out and about. Hello! No. Let's not do the curse thing. I don't think that would go well at all. Ooh, that's water counter. Now I should be able to get down to that level without being murdered. So well, we'll leave it to it. Which is actually, it's another thing why doing a tunnel at pretty much exactly sea level, which is, you know, 0, is a neat thing to do because then you can work out exactly how much dungeon you can play around in without getting completely killed. Right, so what I really want to do is for some goblins to show up. I can murder the goblins. I don't know if I'm too far. I don't know if I'm far enough west or east. To provoke goblin scouts. I'm pretty sure I've seen them. I'm pretty sure I've seen them, you know, around here. And maybe I do need to go a bit further west. Go for the east. I also don't know if they turn up during the daytime at all. Fairly sure I've seen them, like, this far. Murder. Yeah. What I might do while I'm waiting for daytime is grab that falling star. It's basically start putting together where my base is going to be here. Actually, another thing I want to do. Right, so digging in the sand is going to be a pain in the buttock. So I'm going to be here is where I'm going to be. Can I dig into... I don't remember if I can dig into dungeon tiles. No, I cannot. That's... Well, I may just have to dig into sand. Where's my dirt? Dirty dirt, dirt, dirty dirt, dirt. I'm just going to massacre all this sand thing. Until I get deep enough that I can just dig underneath it. It looks like the dirt follows very exactly. That's only ready. Ah, no. I could do with the sand being just one less, and well, I guess I'm just gonna make things out of glass or something. Make lots of sand things. Keep forgetting I've got those magic boots which let me do things on it. Yeah, seriously, roll on grappling hooks. Yes, at last. Oh well, I think that cry of victory may have been somewhat premature. Or maybe not. Sand is actually is actually really quite irritating in this game if you have to dig through it. I mean, even in Minecraft, you had enough of a delay that you'd be able to maybe stick a torch down, or but no, I got doing it. So you could, at least possibly not have to dig through absolutely every single piece of sand. He comes to join me, crazy old man. Right, so there is vaguely method to my madness here, right? The idea is to go down far enough that the background changes, because that should be 0, right? And so then I know that anything above that is relatively safe in the dungeon. There's some sand worrying me close to where I want to be. There we go. but it's daytime. Right, so there you go. This is going to be. I'm going to try and. Well, I'm going to have to try and not get killed for a little bit. Because I want to be spending some time around here. Hopefully, I would really like to find some goblin scouts. Because then I can get the tattered cloth, and then I can make a goblin banner. Then I can provoke a goblin invasion and steal all their spiky balls, which never sounds. It never sounds good, no matter how many times you say it, or no matter how many different ways you try and say it. It always sounds stupid. Oh, but I haven't seen any. I haven't been there, and it's one of the. There's the ocean. So I'm not sure if there's some kind of sweet spot where they tend to turn up. So maybe I'm just going to have to wait for that. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to say thanks very much for watching, and please like and subscribe if you've been enjoying this video. And you can also find us at nearlyenoughdiced.com, role-playing game themed podcast and blog. And until next time, bouncy bounce. Dig for victory, I think is going to be my new catchphrase. Dig for victory. Here we go. So thanks so much for watching. See you later.